Why did the smartphone go to therapy? It lost its sense of touch. In today's world, our lives are deeply intertwined with technology. We wake up to an alarm on our smartphone, check emails before our feet touch the floor, and scroll through news feeds during our coffee break. This constant connection, this unending stream of information and notifications, has become the default state for many of us. A digital detox is a conscious decision to step away from this noise. It is a designated period of time during which you intentionally reduce or eliminate your use of electronic devices like smartphones, computers, and tablets. It is not about abandoning technology forever, but rather about creating intentional space to reconnect with the world offline and, more importantly, with yourself. Think of it as a necessary reset button for your brain. We don't hesitate to take a vacation from work to rest our bodies and minds, so why should our digital lives be any different? The relentless demand for our attention from apps, social media, and constant messaging creates a low-level but persistent state of anxiety and distraction. A digital detox allows you to break this cycle of constant reactivity. It provides an opportunity to reclaim your time and attention, shifting your focus from the virtual world to the tangible one right in front of you. This deliberate disconnection is an act of self-care, a way to restore balance in an increasingly unbalanced, hyper-connected existence. The goal isn't to demonize technology, which certainly offers incredible benefits and conveniences. The problem arises when our use of these tools is no longer intentional. We often find ourselves scrolling mindlessly, not out of genuine interest, but out of habit or a fear of missing out. This passive consumption of digital content can leave us feeling drained, unfocused, and strangely isolated, despite being more connected than ever. A digital detox helps you reevaluate this relationship. It forces you to question which digital habits truly add value to your life and which ones are simply stealing your most precious resources, your time and your mental energy. Ultimately, a digital detox is about reclaiming your autonomy. It is the practice of choosing what you want to pay attention to, rather than letting algorithms and notifications dictate your focus. It's about creating periods of quiet solitude, which are essential for deep thought, creativity, and genuine relaxation. By stepping back, you give your mind the chance to wander, to process thoughts without interruption, and to engage with your immediate surroundings more deeply. This simple act of unplugging, even for a short while, can be a powerful first step toward a more intentional and fulfilling life, one where technology serves you, not the other way around. The constant exposure to screens has a significant, often subtle impact on our mental well-being. One of the most noticeable effects is on our mood. Social media in particular can be a breeding ground for comparison and anxiety. We scroll through curated highlight reels of others' lives, perfect vacations, career achievements, and happy families, which can make our own ordinary lives feel inadequate. This constant social comparison can lead to feelings of envy, low self-esteem, and even symptoms of depression. The endless stream of bad news and divisive online arguments also contributes to a sense of helplessness and chronic stress, leaving us feeling emotionally exhausted and pessimistic about the world. Our ability to focus is another major casualty of excessive screen time. The digital world is designed to fragment our attention. Notifications, pop-ups, and the temptation to quickly check another app create a state of continuous partial attention. We are always doing several things at once, but none of them well. This constant task switching makes it incredibly difficult to engage in deep, concentrated work or thought. Over time, our brains become wired for distraction, and we find it harder and harder to focus on a single task, like reading a book or having an uninterrupted conversation, for any meaningful length of time. Sleep is fundamental to mental health, and our digital habits are profoundly disrupting it. The blue light emitted by screens from phones, tablets, and computers suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates our sleep-wake cycles. Using these devices close to bedtime tricks our brains into thinking it's still daytime, making it harder to fall asleep and reducing the quality of the sleep we do get. Many people also fall into the trap of revenge bedtime procrastination, sacrificing precious sleep to reclaim some personal time by scrolling late into the night, a habit that ultimately leaves them tired, irritable, and less resilient the next day. Consider the simple act of waiting. A decade ago, waiting in line at the grocery store or sitting in a doctor's office was a moment for quiet contemplation or observing the world around you. Now, these moments are almost universally filled by pulling out a smartphone. We have lost the habit of being alone with our thoughts, of letting our minds wander. This robs us of important opportunities for mental processing and problem solving. By filling every spare moment with digital stimulation, we deny our brains the downtime they need to rest, recharge, and make sense of our experiences, leading to a feeling of being perpetually overwhelmed and mentally cluttered. Reclaiming your time and attention from the digital world doesn't require a radical, life-altering overhaul. Instead, it begins with small, intentional, and actionable steps that you can easily integrate into your daily routine. One of the most effective strategies is to create no-phone zones in your home. Designate specific areas, such as the dinner table or the bedroom, as completely screen-free spaces. This simple rule helps re-establish boundaries, encouraging more face-to-face conversation during meals, and protecting your sleep environment from the disruptive presence of a glowing screen. It's a physical boundary that reinforces a mental one. Another powerful technique is to schedule your screen time, just as you would schedule a meeting or a workout. Instead of checking your phone reactively whenever a notification pops up or you feel a moment of boredom, set aside specific times during the day for scrolling social media or catching up on emails. For example, you might allow yourself 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening. This approach transforms your device usage from a mindless habit into a deliberate activity, putting you back in control of when and why you engage with the digital world. You will be surprised how much less you miss than you think. Turn off all non-essential notifications. Every buzz, ding, and banner that appears on your screen is a deliberate attempt by an app developer to hijack your attention. Go into your phone's settings and ruthlessly disable notifications for everything except perhaps phone calls and messages from your closest contacts. Without these constant interruptions, you will find it much easier to maintain focus on the task at hand, whether it's work, a hobby, or a conversation with a loved one. This simple change can dramatically reduce the feeling of being constantly on call and mentally scattered, restoring a sense of calm and control to your day. Finally, rediscover the joy of analog activities. Make a conscious effort to replace time you would normally spend scrolling with a non-digital hobby. Pick up a physical book instead of reading on a tablet. Go for a walk in nature without your phone, or with it tucked away in a pocket on airplane mode. Try cooking a new recipe from a cookbook, writing in a journal, or working on a puzzle. These activities engage your mind and senses in a different way, providing a richer and more restorative experience than passive screen consumption. They remind you that a full and interesting life exists beyond the confines of a glowing rectangle. If the idea of a permanent digital diet feels overwhelming, start with a smaller, more manageable goal. Commit to a single-day digital detox. Choose one day, perhaps a Saturday or Sunday, and make a pledge to stay off your devices as much as humanly possible. Inform your close family and friends that you'll be unreachable for the day to alleviate any anxiety about missing something urgent. The purpose of this experiment is not to punish yourself, but to give yourself a genuine opportunity to experience what life feels like without the constant hum of digital noise. It is a day dedicated entirely to rediscovering the rhythm of an unplugged existence. On the morning of your detox, you might feel a slight sense of unease or boredom. This is normal. Your brain is accustomed to the easy dopamine hits that come from checking notifications and scrolling feeds. Push through this initial discomfort. Instead of reaching for your phone, make a cup of tea and sit by a window. Notice the apathetic feeling and just let it be. Plan your day with activities that don't require a screen. Visit a local park, spend time on a forgotten hobby, have a long, uninterrupted conversation with a partner or friend, or simply sit in silence and allow your thoughts to drift. This is your chance to engage with the world directly. As the day progresses, you will likely notice a shift in your mental state. The initial restlessness may give way to a sense of calm and clarity. You might find that your thoughts are less scattered and your ability to focus on one thing at a time improves. Without the pressure to perform or consume online, your mind is free to simply be present. The world may appear more vibrant. You might notice details in your surroundings that you had previously overlooked. The potential benefits are profound: reduced anxiety, improved mood, a feeling of being more grounded, and a renewed appreciation for the simple pleasures of offline life. The most valuable takeaway from a one-day detox is the perspective it provides. It's a powerful reminder that you are in control of your relationship with technology. Ending the day, you will have tangible proof that you can not only survive, but thrive without constant connectivity. This experience can motivate you to incorporate more intentional disconnection into your regular routine. Perhaps you'll decide to implement a screen-free evening each week, or make a point of leaving your phone at home when you go for a walk. Taking that first step, embracing just one day of quiet, can be the catalyst for building a healthier, more balanced, and more mindful digital life. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more helpful content. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.